Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is coming out on the 20th and I'm filming this on the 19th. This is going to be a brand new FC26 career mode. That's right gang, we are back and active on the FC26 grind. Yeah guys, I know there's 5 months left of this game and I really haven't posted that much on the game. But we're going to be doing a live start points career mode and yeah. You guys are going to find out what team we're doing in the career mode in just a split second. Literally just a split second guys, just hang in there. So, the team we are going to manage needs massively saving, and guys, the team we are going to be managing and have signed the contract to manage in the 25 for the rest of the 25-26 season and the 26-27 season and the 27-28 season is Tottenham Hotspur. We have signed the contract to be their next manager for the rest of this season and the 2 seasons afterwards. We will be the manager of Spurs, who currently in the last start point in the game haven't played Brighton yet. Yesterday, at the time of recording this, it's the 19th, this is obviously coming out on the 20th. Yesterday, at the time of recording this, they did draw that game with a 95th minute equaliser by Brighton. That was actually a really good goal, by the way. I'm not going to joke about it. Don't know what Spurs were doing in their own box. But the top is behind me on the chair. I could figuratively put it on the chair, to be honest. I'll probably make the chair look a bit cooler. Actually, that's a good idea. So what I'm going to do is put the shirt on the chair and have it as the backdrop for this video. Also, I've only just got, guys, this is a top from like 2013, 2014, so, you know, but yeah, this right here is going to have a Champions League one day in the FIFA career mode, and the goal for season 1 is obviously to keep them up. If you want my true opinion, I would go back to January and make some reinforcements, but we're not going to do that. We are generally going to straight away go into this career mode with the best of our ability. So it'll be on world class difficulty, and we're going to hopefully take Tottenham back to being a Big Six club, which, if you guys didn't know, really hard to do. I think I've tried this a couple of times on FC25 when they were first in trouble with the relegation battle. It took 3 seasons to win the Champions League. Obviously season 2 was automatically in it because obviously it automatically got put in because of the Europa League win. But it turns out obviously that not everything is obviously easy and stuff. So the first thing we are going to do is definitely create our manager, as we definitely do need to do that, is create our manager to probably possibly the best look like me, and I already have one sorted as we're actually in the career mode, but we will obviously keep it with the context is basically we've just done the deal for Tottenham and we're a nobody manager, and they want to try the new rookie of the a rookie manager, seen as in the storyline Igor Tudor has literally just left and Roberto De Zerbi just chose not to go to Spurs to manage them. He chose instead to stay on with our club, and obviously we, who is a nobody and a rookie, had just been offered the job because it's all Spurs can get. When it comes to the avatar of our character, we are going to go for a white polo shirt. If you said red, you're stupid. And then we're also going to again go for a black club hoodie or a white club hoodie. No, blue hoodie? Yeah, the blue hoodie would actually work with the navy blue shorts. So I'm going to go for a navy blue stuff, and then we're also going to go for like a navy blue pair of jeans for our character. The shoes don't really have to change. And then we're going to obviously go for the white socks, and the shoes, we will change them to black, the black sport runners, or we can also change them to the white casual runners, which I actually normally don't go for, so we're going to go for the navy casual runners. Facial obstacles, glasses. Obviously we can't actually add one anyway, so we won't plan on it, but our character is now done. Wait, I didn't even do that, did I? Was that going to remove the manager? I hope not. I swear to God, I did the best of it. Right, let me just... I've also got to turn the music off somehow, and I'm going to do that as soon as I get into the menus. Because I don't want to get copyright strike. I just want to talk as fast as I physically can, so that I'm not going to get copyright strike. If I get copyright strike, I'm going to be really annoyed, because at the end of the day, right, I need to try and not get copyrighted, because I actually kind of want to get paid. And you don't get paid, boring. Anyway, moving on. Come on. So I'm just trying to think about who we can sign in the summer to, who would want to join, like, a relegated, nearly relegated team, should I say. Then again, I actually low-key could get Spurs relegated, just because of, like, all the drama and stuff that it caused. I'm not going to, I hope. But yeah, definitely the first thing I'm definitely doing is looking for signings in January. I think I've already got one in my mind who has played outstandingly this season for Fulham, and he is actually a free agent in the summer as well, and loads of teams have actually said are actually interested in him, and that is Harry Wilson from Fulham. So we are obviously hopefully going to be one of the major players, major teams to fear for in European football. Obviously we don't exactly know that, and we shouldn't really say that until we actually win a game, because Spurs haven't won a game in literally 111 days at this point, because they last beat Crystal Palace just before the new year. I've almost been in a relationship. I've actually got into a relationship, and it's still in a relationship with that same person, and Spurs haven't won a game. But enough. As we actually in the pyramid menus, we're gonna have deeper simulation on, and instantly stick the leagues I want on, which is Liga McDonald's, Bundesliga, boring, Serie A, and the Liga. When it comes to the fifth league, I'm never actually fully sure about what to go on and what to have it on. So I normally go for either Eredivisie, the Saudi League, or MLS. But this time I think I'm going to be a bit different and go for like a more niche one. And that's the Championship. Because if you guys weren't aware, Coventry City just got promoted this weekend, just gone by. I think it was Friday night or something they got promoted, or Thursday or some weird day, They just got promoted back to the Premier League for the first time in like 20 years, 25 years maybe. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, sim match will be turned off, quick sim will be kept on, tactical view will definitely be switched off, play highlights will be off, and match restart will definitely be off. And I can even prove it to you guys, and I'll leave it in the description, right, because I can tell you this one right now. Yeah, these are the settings. Half length 3 minutes, difficulty level world class. Youth match length 3 minutes. Youth followed by current overall. Quick sim on, sim off. Tactical view off. Play highlights off. Match restart is off. CPU sliders, we just keep them on custom and just that way, like basically like the old FIFAs. When it comes to training plans, I don't normally do the training plans. I leave them not always full, as they have infinite stamina, and it kind of makes the game more enjoyable. Well, for me it does anyway. Player injuries, I think at this point, yeah, Vicari's still got 12 days left. Romero's got 12 when his injuries. I think at this point Madison's still got 41 days in the career mode despite being on the bench just this past weekend. So we're not actually going to have any injuries. I'm just going to clear all the injuries on it, basically like a fresh new season for Spurs running around. It won't be. It's only they'll still be 17th and everything. Match suspensions. This is more difficult because if you look at the way Roberto De Zerbi sets his team up, he goes for like I think it's 4-2-3-1, and for me that isn't the formation I'm gonna go. It will be a 4-2-2-2. It'll be a 4-2-2-2. Scouting will be offside mode, and actually got to fucking scout the players for like 25 million years. When it comes to manager market realism, I keep it on tough because it makes like if I was to leave Spurs at the end of the 3-season contract and I don't want to renew, I can then look for another job elsewhere and continue it and so on. Financial takeover will be obviously disabled. I don't want a financial takeover. Youth Academy will be kept on, and expected events are always on for me, and always high. Point deduction, I won't be giving myself any of them. I think Spurs have already had enough. Already had it hard enough time as it is. Wolves have just been relegated actually high overall this time yesterday, and I'll see you when the music is off, so I don't get copyright striked. Okay, so I've set the team up, and the formation is a 4-2-2, and the players are Vicario in net until the summer, with Doggy, Van der Ven, Romero, and Porro in defence, with Polina and Gray as a defensive pivot, and then we've got Chevy Simmons. Madison is as the two central attacking midfielders, and then Dominic Solanke and Matisse Tell up top. On the bench, we've got Dejan Kulusevski for Cam, Saar for CDM, Kodamani just in case, Kevin Danso, Kinski, Spence, and Lucas Bergwall. I know how much Lucas Bergwall can grow in a career mode if you play him correctly. So yeah, basically there's no need for wingers, so Kudus and Adalbert can really go. I wouldn't mind keeping them, to be honest. I know that we're going to have a certain Mikey Moore come back from his Rangers loan. So when it comes to contracts, I realistically want to keep Koda Mawani and Joao Pelinha. But annoyingly, we can't, so if we're going to keep them, we have to bring them back next season. You know, how UEA for that one. So first thing we're going to go do is buy coaches before we even start putting development plans on them, because they can say the same and then they can also be different when you've actually got coaches for them. There we go, got the words out eventually. We are going to be playing attacking style of football. I know the Tottenham fans are going to be loving to hear that, because, you know, who doesn't like playing attacking football? We're going to play tiki-taka, which is in game the possession style. And now when it comes to these, we've got, we also do need to the youth academy, so we will be doing that in a minute anyway. Okay, so when it comes to attack, we are going to try and get as many as we can. I normally go for like 10 on the attack, like 15 in midfield, so on. So we're definitely going to be needing at least 10 on the attack. Maybe we can get 4 each one and get 5 in an extra, and get one extra in an extra one if needed. So we're going to get 13 on the attack, and then we're going to get as many as we physically can on the field, which I don't think would be any better, to be honest. I think anything might be worse. I feel 4-star in defence, but he has only got 1-star in the field. I also do see a 5-star in goalkeeper as well. we are going to have possibly 5 midfielding coaches here. Yeah. Okay, well, 5 midfield coaches is going to be the one and the only one. And then defence has got 2 4-stars and a 3-star. Don't even know if this is going to be enough. I know goalkeeping don't actually need that much anyway. It needs like a 5-star and a 4-star. So if we have any extra that we need to do, then we can just do that. We need to go to goalkeeper now because we're not going to be able to do it. 5 should be enough theoretically. Because it's not like we're going to play any other keeper than Vicario until the end of the season, because what Kinski showed in that Champions League was shocking. That was diabolical. Well, the coaches have been signed, and we've got 2 midfield. We've got 2 midfielders from the Youth Academy, a left back from the Youth Academy, a right back from the Youth Academy, 2 goalkeepers from the Youth Academy. Are we going to have any attacking? Yeah, we're going to have someone named Van den Berg. I think he might be probably Dutch with the Van den. And now we're going to go to the squad hub to do the development plans for the team. Kinski, ball playing goalkeeper. Brandon Austin, he is a homegrown talent, so I'm gonna try and keep him for as long as I can, realistically. Vicario, you can get out of my sight. You're just as bad as Kinski is. I don't know why they signed you, but you know. Spence, you are going to be the backup right back. There we go. Jesus Christ. Udogi, I know for a fact that you can definitely play left back and left mid if needed, but you're not going to play left mid. You're going to be our left back. Junai Byfield, you can be our stopper in the defence, as well as Rosewell can be the stopper. Davies, Ben, you are an absolute legend of the football club, but unfortunately we won't be renewing your contract at the end of the season. No offence. Christian Morrow definitely will be on the stopper. Kevin Danso, you could well and truly be a starter by the end of the season if you play your cards right, Kevin. Radu Drakusin. Now this is a difficult one for Spurs in real life, as he isn't good enough realistically for the Prem. And we are going to stick him on the stopper as well. Mickey van der Ven get his pace up even more, making the fastest back in the game. Pedro Porro, you mate are going to be on the 9-week one from midfielder, which is wide midfielder. And then we're going to get Bentancur. Ooh, Bentancur should be a really good player. He actually could be a really good player eventually for next season. Well, Bentancur would be there. And then we've got Palhinha. Who remembers that goal against Wolves he scored earlier on in the season? Basuma is a difficult one because I have a very, very big soft spot for these Basuma, and he did not love Spurs players when they are just being real with the fans half the time. Archie Gray, now he is going to be one of the 3 men I build the team around. 4 men even. The 4 men I'm building the team around is Javi Simmons, Archie Gray, Lucas Bergwell, and Matisse Tell, and Mickey van der Ven if we stay up. And then Alwese, you can be, obviously you're going on loan next season anyway, so you're going to be on deep line playing until that happens. Madders! Cam, Conor Gallagher, I really don't see why Spurs aren't him off, so you know. Diane Cam, Saw, CDM, when the game allows it. Bergvall, this is a good one because I want to make Lucas Bergvall a Cam, but I don't want to make him CDM. You can't do both. So for once that goes down and once that goes up. So this is exactly why I feel like it'd be better off for Lucas Bergvall to realistically turn into a Cam. 21 weeks versus 23 week. Cam would be better. So we're going to turn Lucas Bergvall into Cam. Simmons, this is the massive one. You've been misplaced and mistreated on that left hand side for a while, Javi. You're now being back in your rival position of a Cam. It might affect your growth a bit more though, but you'll be fine. Kudus can be a striker, but it takes 122 weeks, so I'm going to do that. We could also turn him into a half midfielder, so on right mid. We just don't have the positions for you, unfortunately, Kudus. Solanke can be the poacher, Richarlison. You will never have any hate from me, Richarlison. Galamani, you, mate, are going to be one of the possibly most important players for us. Why we still have you here on loan. Matista, you are going to be our magic man at 20 years old in the game. Poacher, and that's it. And now we are going to go check on the youth academy and see how the youth academy is actually looking, because from the players that we've got, turns out the one of the right backs, and his name is Smith, has the most potential. And bearing in mind, his potential baseline is 82, but he was above the goalkeeper of Aaron Brown. So Rory Smith, if I don't think we're going to keep any of these youth academy players, and we're going to wait until next season when we properly use the youth academy. And then turns out that Julian Vandenberg is actually Belgian. We're not going to really care because he's been released. So when it comes to the summer, first thing we're going to be doing as soon as we get into the new season is we're going to stop it straight away because we're not going in season 2 and do signings. We're doing that on the 21st, so I'll be filming that on the 20th. Probably when you're watching this video, to be honest. So we have just actually lost to Sunderland in the career mode, apparently, which I think was a 1-0 loss. Not even Madueke. Mukiele. When it comes to signings, I already know who I want, and that's Randall Glenmawani and Joao Bellini on a permanent basis. See a theme here. We've just got a message off QT Romero saying, welcome, greetings boss on behalf of the whole, well actually it says greetings Gaffer, but you know, greetings Gaffer on behalf of the whole team. I wanted to welcome you to Tottenham. Thank you, Christian Romero. So now we're gonna, how Brighton, I'm not even gonna say how Brighton and not look at Spurs. I think this is the day where, yep, Coventry have just been promoted in the career mode. Academy, we're gonna obviously do that in summer. We're not gonna customize any players. I don't see the point of that. Let's get to the match against Brighton. Anton Kinski has been offered a job. We'll have to go to Pisa. Ain't that the place with the leaning tower? That's rhetorical, guys. Don't answer that question. It's rhetorical. I know where they are based in. They're based in Italy. And no, Kinski, you're not going on a permanent basis. If you're going to leave, you have to go on loan. So, suck. Fat one. Anyway, already know what you're thinking. Don't be dirty. Opponent analysis. So Brighton's probable lineup for this game is going to be Verbruggen in goal, Vieira in right back, Van Hecke in defence with Livers Dunk, Kadioglu at left back. In midfield, then they're going to have Mitoma, Hinchel with Minter, and then Baleba and Gross, and Danny Welbeck. Less about Danny Welbeck, the better. So as we go to the pre-match training, which I actually didn't turn off, which I normally do. So what we're going to do is we're going to do we're going to do set pieces. I'm going to do PK against the keeper. Or yeah, we're going to do penalty kicks against the keeper to give penalties to the players, just in case they don't take one, you know, shoot out wise. So it'll be Dominic Solanke to take the first one, and we're going to take this and get it into that far left corner away from the keeper of Vicario, and then Vicario's going to go right again because he's a little bitch. So I told you. Then we're going to go left, right with Dominic. No, we're going to go right this time with Dominic Solanke. That could go really wrong. Yep. Okay, I knew that one. Uh, bottom left. Planted by Dom. Go on, Dom. Then I'm gonna go left. Right. Knew it. Knew it, chat. I knew it. And then we're gonna go middle. Done. Exit. Before I do anything, let's make sure the commentary is off. And the music's off. Sim, no. Camera, no. Visual, no. Commentary, all the way down. Music's now been turned off because for streaming purposes. It means if we were to go live on Twitch, it wouldn't even be on Twitch. Let's go. The one player we are actually going to edit will actually be, I forgot his fucking name. Dom. It will be Dominic Solanke because I want to change his kit so he has an undershirt on, as I might, and then change obviously his waist fit to jersey fit to regular. I think I think it suits Dom more than the diet kit does. So when it comes to keepers, I really don't care because at the end of the day, Vicario is just shit, and so is Kinski. I'm really not gonna get paid for this video. Oh god. Into the press conference we go.
Thank you for joining us here today. We'll be taking some questions.
Van Hecke has led the defensive line beautifully in the past matches. Do you think Tell has what it takes to get past him and come out on top? Says reporter number 1. We are going to downplay Tell's performance, and it says, I don't spend too much time thinking about it. We can discuss after the game if you like. The report says, modern football demands a lot from defenders with passing ability, and good play drums being as important as good as well. Are you confident Destiny or Doggy can do that job for you? 100%. Doggy displays a versatile skill set that goes beyond the traditional defending. His passing ability and link-up play are impressive, and he can help the team both defensively and attackingly. Reporter has asked me now, will the defensive extender Romero to be a regular starter, given his quality and experience as a bullpen defender? Have you decided if he will be starting? Obviously, he's the captain. But now, as next season, I'm going to be swapping the captaincy here, but as we're going to be getting hopefully a massive signing in. I know I also remember I need to get Harry Wilson before Fulham say, nah, you're not having him. We just got his contract back. So we are going to quickly make sure we're going to have Harry Wilson here to join us next season in the Tottenham Hotspur Express. 29 years of age. Damn, this man's old now. We can pay 10.8 million and get him now for next season already, and we are going to do that. We're going to pay 10.5 million now. So it's a negotiation, because we're going to get copyrighted if we don't. So we just got an interesting offer from Fulham. Rather than cash, they want Rodrigo Bentancur. And I wasn't actually thinking about it, but after thinking like properly about it, we're not really going to use Rodrigo Bentancur. So I don't really see the point of actually having him in the club anymore. So yeah, that's a deal from me, Fulham. As long as we have to speak to Harry Wilson and sign a goddamn contract. Because yippee! Harry Wilson wants the importance of the role. We need to give him rotation. He actually wants important. So we're going to give him the important role. You're going to have a 5-year deal, mate. I don't care. Okay, you're right. You can stay until I go. Simple. No, man, you're not having a release clause. How much do you get paid? 75. We're gonna give you 90k. 90k is all you're getting, Harry. That's what I'm saying. You're not worth 70k, in my opinion. Although you are very underrated. You are criminally underrated by EA. Just point out there, EA. If you want to make people happy, give Kylian Mbappe a 94. Give Haaland a 93. Give Lamine Yamal a 90. Give Ousmane Dembele a 95. the Ballon d'Or winner should always be the highest, in my opinion, because it just means they're the best player in the world. You get me, EA? Don't think you do. Anyway. Wow, this is actually realistic as fuck. Why is Maddison and Tell swap sides? Why have Maddison and Tell both swap positions? EA, your game is buggy. I want Simmons on the left, Maddison on the right, Tell on the left, Solanke on the right. Why was it swapped? EA, sort it. Might have Mickey van der Ven and Romero swapped. I had van der Ven on the left and then Romero on the right, because I found it easy to do it that way. So, game. Okay, right, sorted. Okay, right. We have to do this now. Into the Brighton game. Hopefully, we're gonna go for a. I'm gonna go for a 2-0 win. Hopefully. The score prediction for me is a 2-0 win to us. If we get like a draw, keep it realistic at the end of the day. We definitely do need the 3 points though. I think Spurs right now are like either a point or 2 points behind West Ham. In real life, I think they're a point behind, which I'm ready Spurs. You're supposed to be a Big Six club. You can't be in a relegation fight. 2 years in a row and all. Waste, man, I'm telling you. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is looking full, to say the least. Let's do this, boys. Let's get the first win in 2026 for Tottenham. Van der Ven can find Romero. There's Pedro Porro. Pellegrini into Maddison. Has to kind of help out with defensive duties today for the first time in his career. Simmons takes that in stride. Yorida wins the ball back off Simmons. Joel Veltman plays at right back instead. Van Hecke. John Cooper Minter. He's going to be causing me problems against Udogi today. O'Reilly now on the ball. Minter. It's back towards him, it's Baleba. Minter again. Back to Carlos Baleba. Here's Baleba. It's in. It's Minter. Good save by Vicario. As the score remains level 13 minutes into this game. Tensions are beginning to brew at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, knowing if we lose, you can basically already call us relegated down to the Championship, which means half the players will have to be leaving to join bigger clubs, should I say. Solanke over the top, over the ball, looking for Maddison. Here's James Maddison on the ball now. Maddison has to go. No, can't quite find him. Carlos Baleba here to Matoma. Into Mickey van der Ven. Into Danny Welbeck. Now he's looking for for young keeper Minter. Udogi though is this big, strong man. Taking the ball back off him. Pellegrini goes down. That's a horrible challenge. Of course, I FaceTime just ended with my girlfriend on the phone, but you know. Maddison, Pellegrini, Solanke. Back to Pellegrini. Back to Dominic Solanke. Solanke on the score sheet. Tottenham 1, Brighton 0. We are in the lead. But yeah.
What a time. What do you do?
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, you get killed. You kill people eyes.
My eye.
They just stomp on their hands up the front of it.
No. Here's Shabby.
Bye. What do you want button do?
Don't click that button.
Yeah.
No. It's not the red button of doom.
What does this do?
No. No. Solanke. Into Maddison. Can't quite find the ball over to Simmons. Solanke on the ball. In a dangerous position here. Here's Tell. Finds his strike partner again on the ball, Solanke. Good effort there by Tell and Solanke to try and link up play. Here in Brighton's attacking third, into the attacking third. of Brighton's half, and now here they go again in a dangerous position. Here come Brighton now. It's Danny Welbeck. He always scores against Tottenham. It's his favourite opponent. There goes the effort away. Fantastic save by Vicario to deny Brighton. We've had 2 efforts already in this first half. And right at the end of the first half here, we could be going again here with Madison. No, it was Van Hecke. Blocks it well, and that's the end of the first half. Wow, wow, wow. We have a lot of work to do. Well, actually, I say that, but we're actually winning the game. There's Matt O'Reilly, who launches out of the pitch. Why does every person on the AI do that? Here's you doggy. Cut inside. Good find Towel out wide now. Here's Simmons. He's waiting for his goal in the Premier League. Xavi Simmons goes for goal. That would have been almost poetic if he scored it. Right there. Against Barbara Bruggen. Exactly in the same side he did in real life. Here's Udogi. Xavi Simmons. Into Tell. Here's Madison. Here's Pedro Porro, who goes for goal. Unlucky there from Pedro Porro, just fizzles wide. Couldn't get the effort away. Here's Yankuba Minter. Into Matt O'Reilly. Looking now for Yankuba Minter. You doggies there. Yori then forces him off the ball. Romero and Van der Ven are stepping away from the Brighton midfielders and the attacker of Danny Welbeck. Baleba. Into Ayari. Into O'Reilly, into him again, Minter, the doggy, Veltman, can't get away, and the ball past Destiny Doggy. And here's Ayari, Minter, Welbeck, Jorginho Ruta, good save by Vicario. If this goes down to the final day, we have to beat Everton, I think at the Hill Dickinson. There's Romero, into Palhinha, into Pedro Porro, looking to find Madison, can't quite find him. Baleba now on the ball again, Welbeck, the riff now Brighton, with Minter, into Jorginho Ruta, and that man will cause us problems if Vicario, if we aren't playing defensively well, and again, we win there and it goes straight back to Brighton, with Ayari, Minter, back into Ayari again. They're now in the box for Ruta. Into Welbeck. Danny Welbeck. What a save by Vicario. Here's Christian Romero. Into Porro. Into Madison. Madison now brings it in his stride. And tries to start the attack off here with Tell. Into Palhinha. Palhinha looking for Dominic Solanke. It's Solanke. It's over the top. It's Xavi Simmons. Brings in his tide. It's Simmons. Back inside. No, looking for Dominic Solanke. Couldn't quite find it. And I think I was about to try and curl on him with Dominic Solanke there. I couldn't quite get the effort away. And here he is now. But here come Brighton now. With Yankuba Minter. The only player that I reckon that's kept up with him all game is Mickey van der Ven, who is there again to save our blushes. It's Danny Welbeck who wins the header first. Brighton equalise in the 85th minute. It's heartbreak, just like it was in real life. A massive goal that could realistically tie this relegation battle and keep Spurs alive. Palhinha, Gray, here's Archie Gray. Archie Gray, what a save by Barbara Bruggen. And that could be Brighton's last moment of magic in this game. With Solanke for Tottenham. It's Dominic Solanke blocked. Jorginho Ruta, Minter. That'll be it though. It'll be full time. And the game ends with us a 1-1 draw. And I will see you all in the next one for another episode of the EAFC 26 Career Mode. Peace out. Like, subscribe, comment, share with me. I couldn't give a fuck. Peace out. Have fun.